So good morning. Just a little update out here at the cabin. It's been raining quite a bit. So pretty much the whole month of September there's only been a couple of nice days. The rest of it's all been rain. But that's okay, I'm still getting a few projects done. I'm currently working on a project that my wife has been asking to get done for some time. She knows that I'm doing something. She doesn't know what it is. She's going to find out about it in this video. It kind of stressed me out a little bit because I didn't quite know how I wanted to design it and all that, but I came up with a plan and we are going to follow that plan. Hopefully it works out. So let me know what you think. I've already started a little bit. I will show you what it is. So the wife has always wanted an Arctic entry on the front of the cabin. The problem I have with that is the front deck, when I designed it, is on hinges. So if the ground heaves, it doesn't mess with the cabin itself. The covered porch, that's fixed only to the cabin, so the cabin moves back and forth, that moves with it. Well, I decided what I'm going to do is go ahead and use some small brackets down on the ground. They may or may not heave a little bit, but I don't think there's enough there to do any damage. And I'm going to make it similar to a greenhouse. So I'm going to use the SunTough plastic. It's going to go on this side. Then we are going to partially wrap the front. Hopefully I can find a glass storm door to put in place. The back side here, because of where my potable water barrel sits, it's not going to come straight down. It's going to come out kind of at an angle, which will at least give me a storage space for the gas cans so they're out of the weather better. But we'll wrap it around and bring it up. So like I said, she knows nothing about this build right now. She'll find out in the video, but she's been chomping at the bit and asked me what I'm doing and everything else. So we shall see how it goes. Stay tuned and we'll get on with our build. So as you can see, this stuff with tin snips cuts pretty easy. That's the Sun Tough plastic. I did some research and all the reviews on this stuff is by far above the regular corrugated plastic. I've tried cutting the corrugated plastic before and had it crack all over and it just made a mess. This stuff cuts pretty easy. It's supposed to be more durable to the sunshine. So far it's pretty easy to work with in that aspect. So we'll see how it goes. Well, that came out pretty straight down the edge. I overlapped it a little bit extra just because the distance in between is not an even for one ridge overlap, but that's fine. So I kind of got it laid out. You can see it's going to come down at a slight angle, which gives me enough room for the water barrel to sit in there. Also gives me storage space for my gas cans out of the rain, because as it is right now, the rain runs off the roof and falls right there, which will help dry up some of the muddy mess that's right there in the clay. So let's get it done. Right, I've got the first two boards up there, pretty straight as you can see. There's enough room to get the water barrel in there with that angle, still sit on the thing. But since I started with dimensional lumber for the more or less what you call the studs, I'm going to have to end up getting some more. I've got one left, but I've got an angle on it I want to use. So I need several more, plus I'm going to do the cross brace this height, which won't interfere with the water barrel at all. This is my tallest water barrel for this spot. And I've got enough plastic to do this side. And then the idea is to come across the front. I haven't figured out how many boards I'm going to need yet for that, but I'm going to come across the front and put a glass storm door right here in the front. And once I get that all in place, then I can get some gravel out here and fill in around here to cover up all this mucky clay. It's not bad in the summer months when it's dry, but when it's wet like this, it's slick and it sticks to your boots and it gets everywhere. As you can see to the deck, it's all over there. I'm having to constantly sweep. So that's the goal so far. It's coming along. Just need probably half a dozen more stud length 2x4s, and then we'll go from there. Well, I got all the 2x4s on this side, put the plastic up. I ran out of the little slats, so I'll have to pick up some more slats. I've got the slats all across the bottom. Still got to cut that off. but at least the rain won't come in this way now. And I'm gonna still have to lay out a way to do the door here and plastic on the front to enclose it all. So that's the next step of the project, is trying to figure out how to enclose it. I framed up the doorway. It'll fit a 36 by 80 storm door, which is the measurements on the door that I'm going to get. It's solid. I don't need two studs on either side. One, I'm not hanging a main door, and two, it's solid. So it's there. So now I just have to get the rest of the plastic and the storm door, put that in, do something right here for a step. So we've got someplace to bang off your shoes before you step up in there, and it'll be all done. And it'll be her surprise, because that's what she wanted. That little area right there, I've got some ground cloth to put in there, and then put some potting soil or topsoil, and in the spring all the way through the fall she can plant some vegetables or plant some flowers. And same with the shelf up there where I've got a few things just sitting right now. She can do some stuff there too as far as flowers and plants go. So hopefully she likes it. And if you can see the name of the cabin, it's called Rahala, and that, from what we researched, was an Arabic word for nomad. But we didn't know that. We just took all the letters of our grandkids and our daughter Aria and added it in there and just put them together, the first letters, and made it. We've had more grandkids since then, but at the time, that's what we had. On the door. So I'm going to pull off the trim. I'm going to put a 3/4 inch piece of wood in there, put the trim on again, and it should work. So let's get to it. there you have it. A little bit of extra custom trim work with the chisel and the saw. But now we've got a nice fit. It's about a 1/16, maybe close to an 1/8 gap between this threshold here and the door, which will allow for a little bit of swelling if it takes place, even though it shouldn't get too wet. And there it is. So now it's on to putting the door handle and all that on. Well, I got up a couple more panels. As you can see, I've got this angled one to cut and put in place, and then it's all enclosed other than a little top spot at the top, and I don't know yet if I'm going to enclose that. It'll leave some vent for the steam to come out because it'll get warm in there. Door opens and closes good. Just putting the screws in, but my tip rounded out. This is an old tip. I've had it for several years, so I'm kind of at a standstill until I get another tip to put them in. So just this one last piece, but so far looking good. You can see it's already retaining a little bit of steam in there from the moisture, me walking in and out on this drizzly day. I think it's turning out good. Yeah, the idea is to put some cloth down out here. Cover up some of this slick clay. And then get some fill material to put in over the top of it, make it a little bit more level here. I'll put a low spot in the cloth here, so any water that comes down naturally goes to the cloth and drains out towards past where the generator is. That's not a permanent location for the generator, it's just right there. I still got to build a cover for it. Otherwise, everything's looking good until I get another tip. I'm kind of done on this for the day. It is a drizzly, dreary day, as you can see. Just a couple of the projects getting done. I did get the sink all plumbed. So the sink on the back deck is plumbed in for drainage. So on nice weather, dishes can be done out here. I was coming up to the cabin and I noticed something got one of my grouse, I think. Either that or a snowshoe hare, I don't know. I'm coming down here to look. That looks like a snowshoe hare they got. Right here in the middle of the road. It was up here yesterday and there was nothing. There's a gut pile. What's left of it. I wonder if it was that lynx that I saw a couple weeks back walking up here. I don't see any carcass. Whatever it was, ate it right here. Oh. Never a dull moment on the homestead. Always something going on. So a surprise for the wife. I'm gonna spread a little bit of grass seed up here by the log cabin. Plant a few tulips and lilies and a different strain of tulips. Right in this area outside the cabin. It says to plant the bulbs this time of year, and it's not going to hurt to throw a little grass seed down. Some of it won't make it through the winter, but some of it will. So we'll hopefully get a little bit of grass growing there come spring. So let's get to it. Well, there it is, our Arctic entry. I went up to plant the grass seed up at the log cabin. While I was up there, I milled a couple of beams and some 1x6s to make the step. I've got a sand pit up there. I can get a little bit of sand, so each trip I go up, I'll get a bucket of sand and start filling this snotty spot in with sand. Cover up some of that clay. But I think it turned out pretty good. The only thing left to do is get some topsoil, which will be later this week. Fill that up, plant those rest of the bulbs in there. So next spring, she's got some flowers coming up. I think it turned out pretty good. Gas cans, you can reach over and pull them up through that spot. Water is protected. And there it is. Not too bad. Still leaving that spot open. As you can see, there's already steam inside, and I got the window partially open, so I hope she likes it. There's a definite temperature difference inside than outside by a few degrees. It's not airtight by any means, but I wanted it to breathe. So not bad for throwing something together. I like it. That Sun Tough plastic goes together pretty good. It's a little bit more expensive than the other stuff, but all the reviews say that it lasts a lot longer than the other regular plastic, and that's why I got it. I don't want to put something up and have to replace it in a couple of years. So hope you enjoyed this video. God bless and hugs. See you on the next one.